All right, boys and girls, so today we're in Chapter 2, Lesson 3, Powers and Exponents. If you're following along in the book, we're on page 93 and 94. The first thing we're going to do is go over some terms and a couple examples, make sure we have those down, and then I'm actually going to make a separate video for the homework help. I want to make sure you guys really have the stuff down. All right, so you should have out your math folder with a loose piece of paper and you are taking notes. Otherwise, you might have a notebook. That's also fine, but we really got to make sure we're taking good notes here, people. All right, so the title at the top is Powers and Exponents. That should be underlined. I'm using a new app today. It's the whiteboard app dealy. So I don't know how to underline yet, but you do. So you're going to underline. So our first term is exponent. You can see that in the corner. Exponent. Exponent is how many times the base is used as a factor. Basically, it's that little number on the corner that tells you how many times the base is multiplied. And when we go over an example, that might make a little more sense. The base is the number that's being multiplied, or the factor. So that's going to be the big number. Think of like a big base kind of holding the ship, and then the little flag is the exponent kind of pointing it in the right direction and telling you what to do. And powers are the numbers expressed using exponents. That'll make a little more sense in a minute. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do an example. I'm going to try this. So let's just say we have the number 7. Nice and big. That's our base. My exponent, let's say, is 2. So before we go any further, this doesn't mean I'm multiplying 7 times 2. It means I'm multiplying 7 2 times. So 7 to the power of 2 would look like 7 times 7. And we know that 7 times 7 equals 49. Excellent. Okay, let's pause there for a second. So before we continue, there's some couple other special terms that we need to go over. And you'll notice, like the example I just did, we are multiplying 7 2 times. We can also say this as 7 to the power of 2. But when we're multiplying something to the power of 2, we actually just say squared. So when we see a number like this, or maybe a number like this, if your exponent is a 2, instead of saying 7 or 10 or 11 to the power of 2, you just say 10 squared, 11 squared. See what I mean? Okay, this will be, so come in handy further down the line. Cubed. So that's another term we want to keep on our radar. Cubed is going to look like, let's say this. We're going to have a 3 in the corner. You could say 10 to the power of 3, or simply 10 cubed. And this will make a lot more sense once we learn how to calculate volume and get into all the fun hands-on stuff. So keep those in mind. Make sure you get those terms down because you'll need them later. All right, let's do our first example. Let's see if I can erase this, if I can figure it out. Okay, let's see here. I don't know, guys. We're going to try it. Oh, it's working. That's exciting. All right. Got a little more space. Get rid of that little arrow. All right. So let's look at this example down here. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So what number is being multiplied? 4, right? This actually is kind of a confusing example because both the exponent and the base are 4. I should have chosen a different number. Sorry about that, guys. But we'll keep working with it. So my 4 is my number that's being multiplied. How many times is it being multiplied? 4 times. So if I write it as an exponent, that's what it looks like. If I were to write it out as a product, I would go 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, and I would multiply those things. So 4 times 4 is 16, times another 4. What would that be? Let's just work it out. 16 times 4 is 4. We've got the 2, 4, 6. That's 64. Okay, so we dealt with 3 of the 4s. Now let's do the other one. 64 times another 4. Uh-oh, there's an add. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring that up. 24, 25. Whoa, so 256. It's a pretty big number. It's definitely not the same as 4 times 4, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of that over there. We're going to make some space over here. And I just want to show you one more thing before I send you free to do your homework. Some of you are going to feel like this is really familiar, and some of you might feel a little rusty, and that's okay. That's why I'm going to make a separate video. So when we look at this little example, let's see, over here, notice that we're saying the base number, that comes here, that's first. 10 to the power, think of the 10 like lifting up, like giving the exponent its power, 10 to the power of 4. 4 is the amount of times. So which one would be my base? 10 to the power of 4. And I can check. How many 10s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. 10 to the power of 4. Okay? All right. Let me know if you have any questions. And make sure you're really reaching out if you need help. I don't want anyone getting caught up on this stuff. All right, good luck.